Welcome back. This is Ravens for another edition of Around the Web, where I discuss video games and video game related news in a short amount of time. Right now, I'm not in my typical office, but this will have to do. So, with that being said, Spyro got delayed by a couple months. Not a big deal. They want to polish it. So, come out in November. A lot of games are coming out in October, November this year. Tons of games. We also have news about remastered for Zone of Enders. If you guys ever played that, it's a mecha game, kind of like Gundam. And then we have Medieval getting remastered, so we're getting a ton of remasters, which is great for PS2 games, PS1 games, which, like I said, I don't mind that. And then we have news supposedly for PS5. The PlayStation 5. Supposedly we're gonna hear something about it next year, 2019. I see a possibility of 2020 launch. With that being said, I almost said Resident Evil. Sorry, that game's coming out in January. I don't think Final Fantasy VII is going to be released for PlayStation 4. This late in the cycle for PlayStation 4, I honestly think, and the fact that they scrapped it before and they've been working on it for so long since PlayStation 3, the tech demo and all this stuff, we haven't heard too much about it, that we won't see it until PlayStation 5. That was the long-running joke I had with my friends, so we're not going to see PS5 or Final Fantasy VII remake, there you go, until PlayStation 5, which sucks, but I understand it. Probably be a launch title. Now, moving on to the most important news. I don't usually talk about politics, and religion is not a good thing to talk about, especially in a gaming channel, but this is kind of very important. Many of you heard that DUCAN Hunter, the representative of California, has been involved in a couple scandals, money-wise, taking public funds and using them for purchases, large purchases, I should say, campaign money, directing it, misuse of it, like say like McDonald's, like thousands of dollars, which is crazy. But the list goes on, but that's not what I'm getting into. The gaming stuff is that he spent over $1,500 on Steam games, which, that's a lot when you think about some of his Steam games. It doesn't say exactly what Steam games he spent the money on. I wish they would release a list of that. That'd be kind of interesting, like what did he buy? His family, they went on to say that it was his son, that took his credit card, blah, 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 bought some stuff, and it's like, no, he didn't do that. And then they read on to report that it was fraudulent charges, that it wasn't him that bought it, that's, the information got stolen, and, try to refund it. So that's what he's facing right now, fraudulent charges of misuse of public money. There's also some expenditures at Best Buy for like computer parts, keyboards, mouses, and all this other stuff. So we found out, he's a gamer, but when you're in the public office, you can you serve the people. You can still be a gamer, dude. Just don't freaking use misappropriate funds that aren't for that. So, and me and another friend were talking about how now with these Steam games, should Steam release these games for free, at least in California? I believe so. I believe we're entitled to some form of free Steam games, whatever these games were. Hopefully he's not a shit gamer and they're like, can you imagine, like, what does Duncan Hunter play? I'm kind of curious about video games, that he had to buy these many video games on Steam. I don't know if Steam would release those for free. I kind of think they should. They've been paid for. At least California. I don't know if that's a way like you can say, oh, I'm from California, blah blah blah. I can download these games for free. I think we're entitled to that because of like I said, there's misappropriation of funds that weren't meant for that. So, what do you guys think? Should the Steam games be free? And what's the consequences besides having to pay them back or a little slap on the wrist of misusing funds like that? I think it's funny. This is the first time that we've had an issue like that where a person in a public office has not only misused funds, but misused funds for video games, where there's always a lot of corruption in politics. There are good guys in politics, but there's people that have misused money on a lot of things, but never has it been video games. That's what's funny about it. So I'm kind of like just shaking my head about this, like, dude, what he's a gamer, but dude, don't use our money for your video game habit and then blame it on your son, dude, and then like say, oh, the fraud, and then claim the fraudulent charges. Like, you're not gonna get away with that. Oh my gosh, because he had so many other expenditures. It's just the whole thing. It just boggles my mind. It's just funny. It's like, oh wow, he plays video games, but he misused funds. Like, come on, dude. So this is that's all I got. Like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe and put your comments in them below. What do you think the punishment should be, and should we get free Steam games, at least in California, for the incident? Like I said, hopefully they're not shit games.